We've been married 48 years. Patty and I married when I was just finished my internship at Parkland Hospital there in Dallas. And we both had similar backgrounds. Neither one of us came from wealthy families, but our families were honest, and they taught us that value, human value, to things like don't ever go around bragging, or things like we don't have to say outlandish things or make ourselves look good just by us speaking about what a great people we are. Our life pretty well reflects that, even in our children. Education, I spent the first 18 years in Pampa, little town in the north top of Texas. And then at 18, I went to college, which is now West Texas A&M University in Canyon, and spent 3 years of that. And then after 90 semester hours, I was admitted to 2 medical schools in Texas. One was in Galveston, others in Dallas. I chose to go to the one in Dallas, which I did, and graduated from there in 1967. So that's the first 4 years of my postgraduate education. The 5th year is an internship, and that's considered by some to be the first year of a residency. So basically, my general surgery residency was 5 years long. And after that, I went to a smaller town in Texas, practiced there 5 years, and that was good for our family, for our small children, and got to know many, many people in the town, and took care of their health and became good friends with a lot of them. I was overeducated. So I started, how can I get out of this contract graciously? And I said, well, I'll just go back to school. So I did, and I found a vascular surgery residency in Houston under Dr. DeBakey, who is the world famous DeBakey that invented a lot of synthetic arteries made out of Dacron, and invented, he's credited with having be a part of the first coronary artery bypass, and has many, many medical inventions to his name. After spending 5 years in a smaller community, I decided I would again go back and study, this time study heart surgery in New Orleans at the Ochsner Clinic. Did that for 2 years, and then that qualified me to have active boards in general surgery, in vascular surgery, and in cardiothoracic surgery, which is heart surgery. That's altogether, that's 12 years of postgraduate training beyond college. And my 4th year of college, sir, was fulfilled through my 1st year of medical school, and then they gave me a degree. After that second residency, we moved to Abilene and practiced general and vascular surgery there, more vascular than much of anything else. And then a few years later, I decided that I would go and become a heart surgeon. And we did that. It's quite an experience.
Well, after he retired in 2001, we stayed in Lubbock for about 3 more years. And then we decided to build a house. Don decided to build a house in Colorado. And then he also thought, well, we'll build a house with my parents in Sun City. So that's what we did. And when he moved to Colorado, for the first year or so, he'd wake up every morning and decide should I go golfing or should I go fishing?
And that was when I was introduced to this homemade rainforest salve extract. I put some on my hand, just topically, that this lady from Central America makes when she goes back home. Goes out into the woods, picks leaves, brings them into her kitchen, makes an extract out of it, puts it in the salve, and that becomes homemade salve, which works, by the way.
And then he got introduced to this plant, and everything changed. So he devoted all of his attention, well, most of his attention, to scouting out the plant and what all it could do.
Personally observed the back of my hand, and it was not a normal first aid response at all. It was way above that. And it took care of skin blemishes, all sorts of rashes, even reported to take care of snake bites. Sunburn, irritation, pain, those are just a few of the efficacies in this plant. And after a lot of discussion, the first 5 years was spent in discovery. Then I decided to patent it, and that was issued in 14. 4 years that we spent studying this plant, 2 years at Texas A&M University under what's called a SRA, sponsored research agreement with the university and the horticultural professors there. They took our plant, which by then I had identified and had grown, and I had duplicated the prototype, and so much so that I made a guinea pig out of myself under a board certified dermatologist. And just to confirm, part of our homework was to verify everything that A&M told us. So we went to a private pilot study the third year, and during that we reviewed everything that A&M had to say about the pedigree of that plant, about how best optionally to grow that plant, cultivate it, propagate it, harvest it, and then make it into finished products. So the fourth year, from 2 years at A&M, 1 year of private pilot study, and the fourth year was a full production. So that fourth year we studied the economics of how to grow that to the plant, and is extrapolated into 4 harvests a year in that one greenhouse. And so we know the number of plants that it takes, which leaves to pick, what time of the year to pick them, what to do with them after you get them. Don't let them touch the floor. All the workers have to use white gloves. It's grown in our own secure facility in the valley, Texas, Rio Grande Valley. And so here we are. Let's fast forward from 04 to 2010. That's when I hired my consultant named Dave Hobson, who's a PhD person, who's a toxicologist and helps bring things through the FDA guidelines. And that went on for actually from 2010 to 14, 4 years in there. I was talking to lots of people, what's called little incubators, all over the state of Texas. These are a group of interested businessmen who want to hear the story and invest, and if they choose to participate. So anyway, they gave me their feedback, and all of them, without exception, told me to go make a cosmeceutical company before I ever embark on a pharmaceutical product. So that's what we did. That's stage A of the business plan, doing the cosmeceutical. And so in the summer of 14, started making finished products. And on that team we have Susan Rafey, who's a formulator, an extractor named Craig Nandu, packagers, all of their assistants, and then it's shipped to a warehouse in Coppell, Texas, where it's inventoried, marked, stored, and when the automatic sales come in, pulls it off the shelf and ships it to the customer. That's called fulfillment center. And so that's just part of the automation that's involved in this. We're automated in billings, automated in credit card filings, automated in when we're going to know when to make more product, which product to make. All that's been evaluated. Celsana is Latin for health of the cell. That is the marketing sister arm company that markets these products. The other sister company is named Ontogeny, which literally means, it's a horticultural term that literally means independent organism. And in that company, there's growing, the whole process of growing is in there, plus all of the assets that belong to Celsana. So its protection is layered deep. And all of the IP, real patent IP, belongs to Berry Pharmaceuticals. It's not a cosmeceutical. The pharmaceutical gonna lease those abilities to use that extract to make product. That's gonna be leased to our sister company, Celsana. We're in many, many states now, have many distributors, and here on this retreat, 3 couples won a Hawaiian vacation out of sales of that product. It's a great compensation plan, has 8 weeks money back guarantee, which is a big deal. Full money allowed, not just partial, full return if they want it. So our regimen right now is all anti-aging, and there's 1 day serum, 1 night serum, 1 face cleanser that go together as a kit. A rollerball, color spot, the 5th one and the 6th one is the all body anti-aging lotion that is firm up loose skin like here, and anti-cellulite. Some of the unique things about this product formulation is that it's made only from natural products, ingredients, only natural. No synthetics, no animal, no oil-based like petroleum-based, Vaseline, stuff like that. Discovered by an MD, and the patent that is for our cosmeceutical product is in the area of appearance. We're going to place this whole regimen into the marketplace, and people can buy all at once, buy a little bit, buy 1 tube, whatever you want to do, however you want to structure your business. And our business, the distributor pays a $36 only fee every year to have automated website in their name, their individual name, have it stored, fulfilled, and automatically shipped. And all that stuff is logged into companies out in California that track the daily sales. So the inventory growers will have that information. It's also tracked to make sure that everything is in order with the product in quality assurance. Each of these levels, these steps, are checked in quality assurance by experienced people. And so the guidelines that our formulator used was, number 1 is going to be natural, without exception. Number 2 is the ingredients are going to be at full allowance level. They're not going to just put in just a pinch of it just to say it's in there. Instead, they're going to put it at maximum allowable levels. And then you achieve, the manufacturing makes claims about, they study these things in depth. Then in the case of the lotion, which has 5% of the rainforest extract, the day and night serum have 10% concentration. The color ball stainless steel color spot, that has 10%. It's a little bit tiny bottle. And the lotion has just a small amount of the extract. And but there's enough in there that it will help clear up blemishes on people's skin. How our product is different from other products. Number one, it's made to be natural with a previously unrecognized, uncommercialized rainforest plant extract that was first described in the South American Amazon rainforest. Brought legally into this country in through Laredo by the A&M County Extension agencies, and it's now one of Texas' top 10 ornamentals. But we took only one variety of that. Has a bright red yellow flower and big old huge leaves, and grows well in heat, humidity, and you put the right fertilizer in there at the right time, well, that plant grows amazingly fast. It'll grow from a little bitty tiny thing up to 6-7 feet tall in 4 months. It's just amazing, the efficacy that's in it. 39 plant compounds in that leaf, and we're not even using a third of them. But this is going to go through the FDA botanical pathway, so we don't have to go to the leaf and harvest out one single phytochemical and make a product out of that. For one thing, that doesn't work, and pharmaceutical companies have discovered that, so they no longer do that. This plant has been studied in the laboratory extensively. We know that it's anti-oxidation. That is, it turns it from a molecule of oxygen to a molecule of water. That's oxidation. And that does a lot of damage to our human skin, to our human body, to our coronary arteries, our carotid artery, all over the place. It just ages the body. And this product topically is designed to help people, that they're not going to find any help other places. We have studied those products extensively. And let me explain to you what that means. They have their pH is checked, their shelf life is tested. Each product is tested by microscopic contamination like bacteria, mold, or fungus. And it's put in a sterile container, dispenser that is almost foolproof to contaminate it, because you just pump it out, pump it on your skin, you rub it in. And the cleanser has a balanced pH, which is 6.9 right now. But the cleanser will clean the deeper pores out of grime and dust and toxins that get on our skin. Even bar soap fills up those pores. So that's why you need a face cleanser. And this cleanser is parallel and complementary of the two facial serums. So they work together in unison. The rollerball is for spot removal, especially for young teenagers who have flare-ups of acne. They can just get emotional and have a breakout, or they eat the wrong kind of foods or products like that. But everybody gets acne because they inherited it. It's not necessarily that they eat chocolate all the time or eat greasy foods, but it is that process of oxidation is reversed by numerous antioxidants in this rainforest plant. I mean, like 6 or 8 different ones that work together in symbiosis in the botanical pathway, something that God created. And we are not going to be able to improve on that. So in Genesis 1, God tells Adam and Eve to subdue the earth, take control of all. I give you all of the seed-bearing plants in the world, in the plant kingdom, for you to go and master and dominate. And that's what we're doing right here with Celsana. We are using one of God's free gifts to help our skin look nicer, feel better, younger, in every capacity. We decided to incorporate the use of that product in our company. So the goals, the mission goals of our company are that we will be product-based, in the sense that people are not going to have to go out and buy product and store it in their garage and then go and resell it to somebody. They pay a price for it, and then they go and sell it and make money. Well, we're not set up like that. Instead, in February the 1st, we made a tactical decision, and that was to lower those prices down into a level where people are comfortable. No shenanigans is a phrase that you'll see written on Celsana shirts. And it's literally a word in the dictionary that means you're not going to try to dupe somebody or take advantage of them or steal from them or act inappropriately. Instead, we're going to help support them. Turn this into a business if they wish to. Just buy the product as a preferred customer if they wish to do that, or they can become a distributor and take advantage of all these, the way the company is set up.
Don used that phrase in the first meeting that we had,
Right.
that there's not going to be any shenanigans here. And a lot of the distributors picked up on that and ran with it. So.
But what I meant by that first time, it still means, is that there's not going to be any dishonesty, unfairness, lack of integrity in our conduct, in the company's conduct, in the personnel. And we have spent the last 6 months ensuring and refining the business practice to ensure that that is a deliverable thing, just like that product's deliverable. The product is now finished and already made and verified on paper. But you go to other companies and ask them for their story, and they were not going to be able to tell you all this type of information, especially the information about the clinical studies that we have done. In addition to these pH, shelf life, all those, there are clinical studies by third-party professionals who take select a group of women, in this case 23 women, at Colorado Springs, at a mile-high city. They put the serum, the day serum on first, the night serum on at night, rub it in, and at 4 weeks they started seeing changes, improvements, and at 8 weeks it really accelerated, so that people were losing their brown spots, getting rid of their wrinkles. Texture of the skin is great. There'll always be good quality assurance that the products work as they say they're supposed to work, that each of the products have been studied and evaluated by many different levels, that we require no upfront inventory loading where people have to go and buy several $1,000s worth of product and then they have to go out and sell it. These distributors are going to get a totally fair shake out of this at every level, on every turn. As when a physician goes and treats somebody, you don't want to make them worse. Instead, you want to make them health, with good health, well-being, and a sense of that they have a measure of health and can see it. And so That is in the Hippocratic Oath, that people will do no harm to their patient, even if it causes financial loss. Mission statement says over and over in there that our company is going to be above reproach.